Hello, Adam.
Hi, Alice.
I'm here with Adam Polański, who is teaching the Guild's basic training in Warsaw at the moment. And Adam has come up with a topic for a workshop at the Symposium, which surprised me, which I found unusual.
Really? Okay.
Well,
Uh,
to my knowledge, nobody has ever taught a workshop on a seated single session, just in sitting. Adam, how did you come, what sparked the idea? What sparked the inspiration for that workshop?
well, it was a process, Alice. I think it all started with the realization that in my private practice, I had times when I was doing very little back work, seated back work. So that was the first part. And then I remember the notes from Emmett circling in our community
Emmett
when
Hutchins,
where
right?
he say again?
Emmett Hutchins.
Yes, when he talks about seated session as a option for the post-10 work.
Hmm.
And that was it really talked to me. And I started, well, I didn't start thinking. I started doing more and more seated work in my practice. Not only back work, but more work in sitting. So yeah, that's where it's from.
So meaning that the seated the seated session is
Seated
not
session, yeah.
necessarily just a back work session. You would, for instance, you would work on feet.
Sure. I mean, I guess you can build up the seated session as you want. Starting from the feet up makes sense.
Okay. My question was more towards that you usually when we do seated work, I'm sorry, we usually work on the back and maybe we work on the shoulders and the rhomboid connection or something like that. But it's not that common that we work on feet in sitting. It's not that it's not allowed, but it's just I don't think it's that common. Or is it?
Well, I don't know if that's uncommon.
Okay.
Uh, I never thought about that, Alice, if it's common or not. I just think that uh, you can start the session and go up, but starting point, it's a secondary thing for me.
Okay.
Uh, I see it as a option to do a post-10 work, and we have to rely on something we've been building in sessions 1 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
So there is some intrinsic movement, or you can call it core movement or core stability. I don't like that term much, but let's use it. So based on that, you can have system which is stable in sitting, and you can make it better. You can work with really intrinsic movement. And I guess you have to assess the situation where this person needs work, where to start. And it's not going to be always fit. It can be anywhere, I think.
Okay. So you really just put the entire myofascial web into a seated position, which it is very often during the day anyway. In many
Absolutely.
people.
This is also something what happens to our clients. They sit a lot, right? And if we can help the sitting activity, the sitting become easier, better, then they create less strain in their daily life, right?
Excellent.
So I think of this mini workshop, maybe in the future a workshop, as something what is good for our clients. They will perhaps learn new skill or new ways of how to sit better.
Mm-hmm.
And for practitioners to not underestimate the closure of the session, because the sitting part, which we usually do at the end of almost every session in the series, sometimes we skip it. I used to skip it. And that's for practitioners to see value in it and see where it can go. I'm not even talking about the advanced work, the traditional advanced work, but this as an exercise, as a way to underline the importance of sitting, I think works for both the client and the practitioner.
Excellent, excellent, very good. So, anything else that you want to add to the workshop? Because for me, this is inspiring enough that I would want to take the workshop actually tomorrow. You know,
Tomorrow.
so I have to work now. I have to wait until next May or June to take it. So for me, this is plenty. But maybe you have something last words to say about it.
It is absolutely basic. And what do I mean by basic? We all agree that pelvis position is important for a system, for a human being, right? And very often I could see clients sitting behind the sit bones, way behind the sit bones. And I could see my colleagues, practitioners, working in the workshop on clients or the other colleagues when they've been sitting behind the sit bones. And we've been asking for the pelvis to rock forward. And if you start way behind, it doesn't make much sense. And it's very demanding for the system. Yeah. So I would just start with this simple and very basic idea. Look at the positioning of the pelvis in sitting and its relation to the ground and to the head, and how can we make it better? How can we make it easier? How can we make it more stable? I see it very basic. I don't see it complicated. And then on top of that, you can start playing with your session. See how you can influence the pelvis from below, from above, or within the pelvis to make the sitting activity easier. And I believe there is this progression in the series anyway. We go from table work to sitting work to standing.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And you can include the arms, of course, obviously.
Absolutely.
In the whole thing, you know.
I mean, you know, theoretically, you can think about playing with this in terms of sessions 8, 9, and 10, or you can have a tour through the whole 10 series in 1 hour. If you feel, right. I mean, if you feel that adventurous and then creative, let's say.
You could even work on the palate in that position easily.
Easily, sure. Hey, hypothetically, you can work everywhere if it's needed.
Good. Okay.
I mean,
so I'm excited how you will set that up and how you will guide us through a possible, let's say, a possible scenario in which order you would do things, and I'm really looking forward to that next June in Prague.
Absolutely. One more thought, if I may.
Sure.
So quite often, I don't know if you get it, we get questions from students. So what about the homework? What exercises do we give to our clients? What special exercises can we give to our clients? Again, I think if we can improve the way people sit and we can get them into playing with it, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
That's a lot. And I would keep it on this level. I wouldn't. That's enough for me.
I mean, if they can improve their daily activities, then in some ways you do not need any additional exercises.
Absolutely. And if you can have deep movement, stable deep movement, a core movement happening, and they can be more familiar with it, that's an excellent daily life exercise, which can, I guess, take you far if you think about it.
Hey, Adam, thank you.
Oh, welcome. No.
Well, next June in Prague, okay?
Yeah, see you in Prague. Please come to the symposium. It's going to be a great event with many fantastic guests and participants.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye, thank you.